play a game.
They're here.
Here's Johnny.
Welcome to my world, bitch.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi ho.
And when you're down here with me,
You float down.
Like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
What is up, guys? Welcome back to Friday the 14th podcast. I am one of the hosts, the bad guy, Nick H.
I am also another one of your hosts, the Mr. Fuentes. Mr. Fuentes.
And returning host on the bottom here, the Mr. Wonderful, the freshest of the freshest.
Manny Fresh. I'm so sorry. I was about to say the bad guy, Nick H.
The bad
I
guy,
was
Nick
really
H.
about to say that. I'm so sorry, Nick.
The H is silent.
It's been a while.
Manuel.
Manuel.
Good to see you, man.
It's good to see y'all, man. I'm glad y'all been carrying on this podcast. I'm very proud of y'all.
I got big
Back-
shoulders, and it's hard.
My back's kind of hurting a little bit.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Wow.
I know Nick's been carrying a big bulk of that load, but I'm trying to hold on with one of my shoulders.
So anyways, if you haven't, I guess you couldn't tell by now, we are reviewing Darkness Falls from 2003.
Hell yeah.
So I'm gonna do a little, not really a fun fact per se, but like I was trying to say, I think the other week that this was a movie that Manny Fresh initially wanted to choose, but I believe the movie that he replaced it with was Dead Silence. I could be wrong on that.
Yes, you're right. You're actually right. Because Darkness Falls was my original choice, and then I said, "Oh, you know what? Dead Silence."
Yeah. How's everyone doing today?
Pretty chill.
Chill.
So
Big show.
I'm actually kind of pissed. So
Oh.
not really pissed. I'm actually pretty happy. So I bought like the AMC stocks whenever they were like $8, like in February, and then they like skyrocketed recently to like $32 a share. And I had like I wouldn't say a giant bulk. I only invested like $200, and I was like, all right, smart business move. I looked at the last 5 years and I was like, dude, the most it's ever peaked in 5 years was $35. So $32 is a great time to sell. Sold all my stocks, 22 shares, was like, all right, dude, I made a great investment. I made like $500 profit. Go on today, $60 a share. 60 fucking bucks a share. Could have made like $1,000
for
off that.
AMC.
Yeah, for AMC
For
right
AMC.
now. Yeah.
Isn't this is the theater that is currently struggling, right?
Yeah, those guys.
As a whole,
Those
because
guys.
the chain itself is struggling.
Yes.
Not just the one here where we live.
Yes,
we know
the
that,
whole
but-
chain.
But the chain as a whole is struggling.
Well, I mean, it's the
And now
GameStop
it's
effect.
$60 a stock to get in.
Yes, it's the GameStop effect. You know how the same thing with GameStop, it was going down and it stocks, and really they're on the hard on their luck. And then a bunch of people figured out that the big wigs borrowed money. Well, people told me back in January, there are the things that I watched. They're like, dude, AMC is doing the same crap. Buy AMC now because eventually it's going to do the GameStop effect. It's going to go back up. I didn't believe them. So when it went up to $30, I was just like, I can make my money back, make my money back plus pretty good profit, which I did. I made $500, but I could have made like $1,500. But at the same time, I don't want to be greedy. I still came out on top. I still made $500 profit.
Hey,
But
I
at the
guess
same
when it
time-
comes to stocks, you live and you learn, right?
Right. And I'm just like, man.
It's how the game's played. So it's like,
Yeah. I'm pretty happy with it, but I'm pretty happy because I made a good amount of money off $200. But at the same time, it's just like, you could have made $1,500 off of $200, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean,
like,
some
there's-
lucky bastard out there's, fucking swimming in Scrooge McDuck money right now off of the $1,000 he put into AMC in the beginning of the year. So I'm happy for that guy. He's chilling. He's chilling right now with $6,000 in his pocket. Happy for him.
He's swimming.
Proud of that guy.
He held
So-
out. He held out, man.
Do you want to get right into the synopsis? Spoiler-free synopsis.
Yes, sir.
Talk to us, Nick.
Oh man, I don't even have the damn thing pulled up. I was gonna try to wake up one up on the spot.
Well, Nick, we're on video, so don't pull it out.
Don't pull it out.
I'll pull it up. Sorry. Keep it down. Sorry, Manny. This is what this podcast has turned into. Just a bunch of horrible sexual innuendos the entire time with me and Nick.
Oh,
So it's come down to.
That's what we have to do to keep our audience captivated.
I try to help you out by getting on IMDb for a synopsis, and these people wrote full essays as a synopsis. So you kind of look at that, man. That's a full damn essay, bro. Like,
you want me to give you the synopsis?
So it's about a tooth fairy, an evil tooth fairy.
Good job. That's it. That's all you have to know.
She tries to attack this kid, and the kid gets away, and then they blame him for. I don't know. I feel like this is like a spoiler though. It's not really spoiler free. Synopsis. Let's just say he goes on with his life, in fear, trying to get over his fear. I don't know.
We got.
What's a good synopsis?
This is it, man.
Without spoiling anything.
This is it. Due to tragic events as a child, young Kyle is forced to live in the fear of darkness, in fear that the evil, wicked tooth fairy is after him. And now in his adult life, a friend reaches out to him who has a brother with similar symptoms to what he was having. And this is their story.
Dun dun.
That's it.
the rulings are real. The cases are final. This is the courtroom of Darkness Falls.
Darkness Falls. DF. The
Dun,
DF
dun,
files.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Law and Order. Instead of
Law and
Spy
Order,
Victims
Darkness
Unit, it would
Falls.
be like what? Paranormal, PVU, Paranormal Victims Unit.
PVU.
Yeah, it'd be like Law and Order PVU.
PVU. Oh no. This is the worst thing to ever happen to a pen.
What'd you do to your pen?
It's up and it will never go back down ever again. I was pulling too hard on it. Anyway.
So after that lovely synopsis that you just gave us, I'll give credit to myself too. So man, it's the half-assed version of it.
It was all inspired by the bad guy. Everything that I do is inspired by the bad guy.
Nice. So from there on, then we kind of list on the cast and crew who made this movie. If I can try to pull it up. It's a trouble pulling it up.
We already gone through this, Nick. You keep it down. You keep it down while we're on the podcast.
I keep it down. So, just a quick pull up. We have Kyle Walsh, Shane Walsh, not me. Who's playing by Shani Clay. We have Caitlin Green, played by Emma Caulfield.
Oh.
Michael Green, played by Lee Cormy. Caitlin Green, I believe this is the younger version of the adult one I just named. Emily Browning, and there's more people.
Yeah,
but
Emily Browning from Series of Unfortunate Events, Sucker Punch. the Unforgotten or the what is it?
The Unforgotten.
I forgot.
No, she was in a horror
Come on.
movie.
Series of Fortunate Events. Who was she? She was the
She
young.
played Violet. Violet
Oh,
Beauregard.
okay, yeah.
There you
Beauregard.
go.
Beauregard, right?
She comes
Violet Beauregard
on
is Willy Wonka.
Oh,
the
yeah, you're right,
Uninvited, Ghost
Sorry.
Ship,
Yeah, she was in Ghost Ship, but where's that movie? It's called the Uninvited.
The Uninvited.
Yeah, did you ever?
I don't think I ever seen it.
Me at
That
every
was-
party that
that
I
was
go
a trip.
to.
Saw that movie on
The
my
self-invited.
birthday in
The
2009.
self-invited. That's me. I'm the self-invited.
You're Danny McBride and this is the end. You just had to you camp out in the tub. Well, that guy, the main actor, unfortunately, the dude that he died, he passed away in 2007.
Yeah, he
What
apparently
do
apparently
you
died
mean the
in
main actor?
the guy
Well,
that played Kyle.
Kyle.
Wait, the actual actor that played the older version?
Yeah,
He passed away?
Yes.
yeah.
He actually died in his sleep.
Oh, he lost his tooth. He lost his last adult tooth.
That's
Oh
exactly
boy.
what happened. No, he died in
Like,
his
guess
sleep,
what, bitch?
and then I guess like everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's because he did the movie about the Tooth Fairy and people dying." And then
The
they
curse
found out,
movies.
they
It's like, I
found out he
remember
had
that
a drug, it was a drug overdose.
I don't remember
Not that
that being
that's
one of the
funny,
cursed
but-
films. Like on Shudder,
Wait,
they
did
had
he die of a
the
drug overdose?
series.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what I heard. He had a drug overdose, and that's why he died.
Yo, this is dark, and I can't even put for some reason.
Darkness
my internet's
Falls,
like-
man. Darkness Falls.
Darkness just fell on us, man. E.
You good, man? You what's going on there?
This makes me kind of sad, man. I didn't know he
It
died.
does. I feel like I should have
Oh my
kept it a
gosh,
secret.
He
Not
died in 2007. What is? He died on my sister's birthday in 2007.
I was about to say it's my birthday month.
He was on The Shield.
The Shield.
Yeah, that was a show my dad used to watch like crazy.
Oh yeah, this is the
According
police
to his
officer.
father, the likely cause was sleep apnea. The cause was discovered as a drug overdose. Oh wow, that's sad.
Tooth Fairy messed him up that bad. You saw all those pills he was taking
The movie.
in the movie.
Oh boy.
Tooth Fairy. I blame the Tooth Fairy.
For sure, for sure.
You saying Tooth Fairy? Are we talking about the one with the rock in it? No, man.
I'm talking about the sequel with Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh, I've never seen that one.
Wait, The Rock didn't play the actor who was the Tooth Fairy in this movie.
Dwayne Johnson.
No wonder his shoulders didn't take up half of the screen like he usually does.
Oh boy. So after the spoiler-free synopsis, we're gonna jump into the spoiler-free rating. Usually I go first, but I think I'm gonna hand it to Manny first.
Man,
Oh man, I
whoa.
was really hoping one of y'all would go first.
I'll go
Um,
first.
So the guest,
You will?
be our guest.
Yeah, I'll go first. I give it a
Okay.
2.5.
2.5.
Okay, cool. That's what I was gonna give it. That's what I was gonna give it. 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah, I give
Yeah.
it 2.5.
Yeah. Well, when watching the movie or whatever, yeah, I thought so too. I was like, this could be a 2.5, maybe at most 3, average
Yeah.
watch.
Mhm.
But
No, I
mean, it
felt
was-
the exact same way. Like, honestly, there wasn't really anything I didn't like, but there wasn't also anything I did like. It was really like there was things here and there, and I mean, I'll explain them in my favorite scenes. But it was
Yeah.
to me, it was just a very average movie.
Yeah, I would say there's a lot of nostalgia behind it as to why I'm like, and then again, like I don't feel like this movie. I feel like this is okay. I'm not saying it's the craziest or the best movie ever, but I feel like it's under the radar in a way because you bring up Darkness Falls and a lot of people are like, "What? I've never seen that movie," or "What?"
Franco.
I've never heard of it." And so growing up, it was like that. I'm like, "Oh, you remember the movie Darkness Falls?" And people are like, "No, I've never seen that." So I guess I was like, "Man, it's kind of crazy to know a horror movie that not many people know." It
Yeah,
obviously must have been like hella good. And so then rewatching it again as an adult, I'm sitting there like, it's a movie.
movie.
You know?
It definitely is a movie.
I mean,
There
there's
are
never-
actors
there's
in it.
Never, to me, it's
But-
like there's never anything that's like, to me, anything that really like, oh, that was cheesy. You're like, oh, that was dumb.
Jeez.
But it was also a movie where I was just like, it's not too scary either. Like it's not, you know, but I can see I can see why as a kid I thought it was scary because you took a character that I'm supposed to trust with my baby teeth, and then you tell me, hey, don't wake up when she puts something under your pillow because she's gonna kill you, and I'm like, just great, thank you. Now I don't want to lose my teeth.
Mm.
I
So if
know.
anything, my hygiene kicked up because I was like, now I gotta brush them every day, gotta floss them.
I don't want to see that hoe.
Gotta
Try not to
floss
lose
on
those
them.
baby teeth.
Gotta
What if
floss
I
on them.
just- What if I just smiled right now and it was all my baby teeth? You're like, what the hell? I was like, dude, I couldn't lose them, man. I couldn't lose them.
You know,
That'd be dark.
going to your saying about not many people not knowing about the movie. It's kind of crazy. Well, not really too crazy, but because this movie did come out, it was a theater release. It's not
Yeah.
like it was one of those straight to DVD horror movies.
Mhm.
So I mean,
For people to like not know it, it's kind of
yeah, like there's like I feel like
Yeah,
there's like a
apparently-
big old gap of people. that
because
know.
my thing is, I guess I would like to look up when it released and what other movies were in the theater at the time. Because it could have been like one of those instances where a big film released at the time and they released it on the day where a big film was coming out. So everybody totally slept on it because they were like, oh no.
Oh no,
You know what I mean?
what was 03?
have
Was
to
that
watch the
Freddy
other
versus
one.
Jason?
I mean, with the ending music, yeah.
I think so.
03.
That's the one where every beginning or ending credit was heavy post rock weird music. Dum, 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 dum.
I thought that song
the
was a nice
end?
little choice.
The end of the movie?
Yeah.
Yes,
It
I
remind
told you,
me-
like, every early 2000s horror film always ended with
It reminded me of Freddy versus Jason as soon as I saw the
Freddy versus
credits
Jason
roll.
with El Nino.
It was
I was
just,
like,
I don't understand like why they like threw rock in there. Like, yeah, it was dark movie, right, guys?
Yeah, and it was-
this movie. Listen to rock music.
Yeah, it was a weird choice to me as well. Like nothing about the music gave that vibe. And then all of a sudden you just got this Sorry, I always think of like Rob Zombie.
I guess-
and, like, Living Dead Girl for some reason.
Early 2000s horror movies, they were trying to go for like a new modern rock take since like what the 80s had their 80s type hair metal,
And like you missed your whole fan base because like that might have been popular. That music might have been popular around that time, but what you're gonna watch a whole movie, you're gonna be like, yeah, that was an all right movie, and then you're gonna hear the ending credits, like, damn, they use that song, hell yeah, it's my favorite movie now. I just
coming back for a second viewing.
I'm gonna watch this
Like,
shit again.
it's like you're like, oh man, that movie. To be honest, like you're sitting there at the end of the theater, and you're like, man, to be honest, this movie kind of sucked. And then the song comes on at the end. You know what? I changed my mind. I knew they were gonna use that song.
Mm.
I knew it. I love this movie.
Damn, I jam out to this.
With any modern current movies, they would just put like any popular song that's on TikTok at the moment. So what the
Damn,
hell
it's
is this?
it's like the
Doja
movie
Cat?
ends-
It's on-
It's like the new Scream. The new Scream ends, and then it's like, why you always in a mood around acting brand new? And then everybody's like, oh my gosh, dude, go watch Scream as soon as you get the
Oh my God.
chance. They TikTok dance to it, They do the Renegade to yeah, they're hitting the whoa to Scream. Yeah, dude, definitely. That's how movies should end now in the 2000s.
Exactly.
Mm.
2020.
So I'm looking at the movies that came out on the same day in January 24th, 2003. And so the four movies that they're saying were like the biggest ones were Darkness Falls, Kangaroo Jack,
Oh shit!
Chicago, and National Security. And it's looking like, okay, so the numbers, I'm pulling up the numbers, and supposedly
Everyone watched Chicago and Kangaroo Jack.
no, everybody saw
Mhm.
Darkness Falls.
Seriously?
Yeah, it says that it grossed $12 million $12 million as compared to Kangaroo Jack, which was at 11 million. Chicago at 8 million, and National Security at 7 million.
Dang, Kangaroo Jack, Chicago.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh,
wait,
God.
there was another Lord of the Rings movie that came out. Okay, Catch Me If You Can, Just Married. Okay, no. Now it's just going. There's too many movies. No. So the first four that I kind of mentioned were the ones that. Wait. Okay. Well, those are the four that came out on that day. It's just showing other movies that were out in the same weekend.
Okay.
That had been out. But the first four were the. And yeah, that's still, again, it's weird to me that
nobody knows about this movie.
So my theory about that is that Thanos snapped their asses away. When Thanos did the snap and the people didn't, the ones that got snapped away didn't get to see it.
My theory is that when 2012 hit and we stepped into another dimension because of the Mandela effect, people started to remember Darkest Falls.
Dude,
About to get
I was
conspiracy theories
literally
now.
gonna say that. I was like, you know what happened? Was the movie didn't exist, and then Mandela effect happened, and the movie sort of existed, but
again. Like I went up to the same friends that I asked years ago. And I'm like Darkest Falls, dude, that movie. Oh my gosh, that movie's crazy. And I was just like, what? There's no way. You never. I could have sworn you never saw this movie.
No,
like,
duh.
They lift up their.
How have you not seen
this tattoo right here?
This tattoo right here.
You don't see it, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, that's exactly.
Got a tattoo, man. That's Phantom of the Opera. What are you talking about?
Oh man, no wonder my tattoo artist did it for so cheap.
Phantom of the Opera.
Oh man. What the hell? That's a Jabberwocky's mask.
What are you doing with a broken Jabberwocky mask on your arm?
Oh my gosh. This was the Scream the Series mask. Or something like
man, yep, that's true too. The Scream the Series mask. Yeah.
Scream the series.
Oh,
I don't think I ever watched the Scream the series. Is it good?
It's actually really good. And then the recent season was the one that just switched everything up, right? The one that released, like, it has it on Netflix. That's the one that, like, it's different characters and everything like that. But
Well, that was your spoiler-free rating. Just slowly transition to
Slowly transition to favorite.
It's all spoiler warning. Go check it out now. To be honest, I don't even know if it's still on Tubi, which is the stream I recommended watching on.
No, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I didn't watch it until 30 minutes before this podcast started. I mean, I watched it, but I finished it 30 minutes before this podcast started. And yes, I looked for it on Tubi, and it is not there. I had to buy it on Amazon.
Damn commitment over here.
Yeah, it actually did expire on Tubi the other day. I finally finished it the other day, and it was like last day to watch on Monday. It was like last day to watch, and I was like, oh man, in the nip of time.
But I mean, it's commitment, but shame on you for waiting last minute to do it.
I know, my bad. That's all me.
All you.
But no, I mean, it was good. It was a good movie. I mean, average, like I said. I mean, it was a good watch. I've never seen it, and that's the thing too. Especially about movies that I don't think are the greatest movies, but it's still good to say like it was entertaining for the most part. And I don't feel like I wasted my entire time watching it. So, I mean, I don't know. Do what you will with that information.
Yeah.
With that information.
I mean, I enjoy movies. I mean, I really do. Even ones that I think are crappy, if they kept my interest and entertained me, they did their job, at least for that 1.5 hours that they were. Also, did you know that the credits rolled for 11 minutes?
For 11 minutes.
Yes, dude. I remember I decided to sit through them, and I was like, these are the longest damn credits I've ever seen. I was like, I was asking myself, I'm like, why are they so? I mean, I've sat through countless Marvel films for end credit scenes, and this feels a lot longer. I'm like, dude, what's going on here?
Is this WandaVision?
Long credits. It felt like the Netflix credits. If you ever pay attention and stay a little afterwards, it gives the credits in all the different languages.
In different languages.
So, that's what it felt like, dude. Oh man, that really, I was like, dude, this is a bit much.
And a special thank you to Popeyes. Also a bit.
And then so the reason it was 11 long trailer ending 11 minutes is because it needed to be an hour and 30 minutes to be a theatrical release, and so it wasn't, and so they added the
Oh my
11
God.
minutes at the end to make it an hour and 31 minutes.
That's me writing an essay. You
Mm.
just start throwing in random crap in the final paragraph. You know, like you're talking about childhood trauma, and then like just for the last paragraph, and then we ate McDonald's, and I got chicken nuggets, and it was a 20-piece, and
Yes.
I spilled some dip on my shirt, and then you go right back into and that's when my dad hit my mom, and at the end of the day, you know, domestic violence is very bad.
Wait, what was the dip?
Huh, I looked, and then the violence happened
Barbecue.
at the thing. Oh crap! This is almost the end. Then I looked on my shirt and remembered the ranch, the creamy
The ranch.
texture of it, with the
Oh.
pepper flakes that
And
I've
then my
never
dad
noticed
slapped my
before.
mom. And then my dad slapped my mom. But I was more worried with the fact that I had one more chicken nugget left. And these are some of the best chicken nuggets I had ever eaten in my entire childhood life.
And they were a little unseasoned, so I used my mom's tears to salten them up.
Why is
My
there
dad
cheers
went
on
in-
your
my dad
essay?
went in for- My dad went in for the second hit, but I blocked him by asking my mother if she had a
Mm.
napkin because there were crumbs on my t-shirt.
Crumbs on my t-shirts, and it sounds like a Taylor Swift song.
Don't.
No?
She has a toxic fan group. Okay? Can we
Who said I was
handle
part of a friend group?
them? Of course we can handle them. That's why I can add all of them in my fight list. I ain't scared of Taylor Swift fans. Come on.
She. So
Y'all need me to bring that time to try to rap with T-Pain? I'll fight y'all.
I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had the greatest, the greatest video of all time.
Oh yeah. By the way, Taylor, Kanye's a Christian now, so I have him on my side. I will
On
gladly
your
have him
side.
rip the mic from you again.
Easy.
Man. It sucks so much, you know. Actually, I can't talk about this, or I'll probably get canceled. Go ahead.
Uh-oh. No cancel. No cancel. Did anyone have any favorite scenes of the movie?
I have favorite dialogue,
Dialogue.
not really favorite scene.
I did have a favorite scene, and I feel like it's gonna. Oh well, whoever wants to answer that question first, go ahead.
Well, you know what, Nick? This is your pick. You get to pick the favorite scene first before one.
Shit. I'm trying to play back at like that whole hour mark inside my head.
You should have watched it 30 minutes before the show.
You're probably right. I was meaning to watch it again for a second time, but I never got around to doing it. It's just more for like visual effects. I'll just name two different scenes, which is the same. This whole same beginning of the movie. Like when that scene whenever like he's hiding under the covers. You know, you're safe under the covers, right? But you can feel the damn Tooth Fairy hovering over you. As like, ooh, give you some chills. The scene I like the way the visual effect of like how Kyle's in the restroom and he's lit up in the light and the Tooth Fairy just floating around the outside.
Yeah.
With that wicked scream, man.
I remember seeing that in the movies. When I saw it in the movies, like, man, that looks pretty cool.
He's like,
Forgive me, audio users. The headphone,
They're feeding back. Sorry, guys.
RIP headphone users.
yeah.
But those are some cool scenes.
My favorite scene of all, and it's gonna sound crazy, but it's the scene where she finally grabs Kyle at the very end of the movie. She takes him up, right? And I'm just sitting there like, look at Kyle, my man. This bitch killed your mother. You know what I mean? Give it to her. You know what I mean? Like, she ruined your childhood. Your crush ended up dating another guy because she ruined it. You were supposed to take her to that dance, all because you lost a damn tooth. You better give it to her. And he does. That man crashes the lantern against her face, and then it breaks the mask a little bit, so all of her face is showing. And then, the lighthouse beam is what really burns her. And then he delivers that strong, like, take this, bitch. And I was like,
welcome to my world, Freddy Krueger's mom.
dang.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Bitch.
You Deadpool looking motherfucker.
It's too
Yeah,
much.
so that had to be like my favorite scene in the whole movie because I'm like, dude, first of all, the way that Kyle handled flashlights in this film was also really fun to see. Because I'm so used to seeing people get prepared with guns and stuff in movies, and this man was just like, click, 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 click.
The
Like, for
flashlights.
this one, he's like screwing in, putting in big ass batteries and the lights and everything. Like, I don't know. For some reason, I found that very cool. I was like,
You
my
know,
man.
I was half expecting, during one of these scenes that like, Kyle would have been like, well, throughout the years, I realized that fluorescent lights don't work with the Tooth Fairy. Only these LED lights seem to work with the Tooth Fairy. And if you seem to use any other light, they seem to flicker and break around the Tooth Fairy. Something weird, like he would have known through his 12 years of avoiding the Tooth
His
Fairy.
knowledge, he would have had like a crazy knowledge of
Yeah,
of
and
flashlights.
it was just like, no, it's just a light, bro. You just, Tooth Fairy and lights.
Yeah,
bro.
he's like, is that a regular something gigawatt?
Gigawatt.
Is that a 17 gigawatt yellow light bulb? I need a 400 gigawatt LED light bulb. That's the only one that works on her.
Dang. I wonder if at some point Kyle like was tactically ready with like flash bombs. I wonder what that would have done with the Tooth Fairy.
It's I would say it's one of the interesting. It's weird, but it's like, all right, a Tooth Fairy, you can attack it with flashlights. It almost reminds me of like, oh, you ever seen Ernest Scared Stupid, that they use milk against the trolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of that scene on Ernest Scared Stupid where he kisses the troll and all the mucus comes out. He's like, ew, ew.
He kills him with love.
Yeah, dude. Jim Varney. That's R.I.P.
So I have a favorite scene, but I'm gonna save it for last. One of the I have two dialogue favorite scenes and then one favorite scene in general. Whenever the kid was with I forget her name, Caitlin. What was her name?
Yes.
Yeah. She's with the kid and the lights go out and the kid's like, we're all gonna die. And it just reminded me of Chucky, or we're all doomed. Like, I don't know why that flashed through my head, so it just made me laugh. And then the other parts when the cop and the guy are going downstairs to fix the leaking gas pipe from the lighthouse, and he's like, all this over a fucking tooth. that was golden. That was pretty good. But I think like an actual scene, Nick's scene was actually probably one of my favorite scenes too. Visually, I thought it was really cool. Seeing this thing hovering over like this, what's that thing called? Doorway. Yeah, doorway. And you can see all the like black little tails and everything around it. It just looked really cool. But my favorite scene was the very end. I was waiting for the cheesy like, they killed it, but they didn't really kill it. It came back. So in the very end, I was waiting for them to put the tooth underneath, and then the Tooth Fairy was gonna do its last jump scare, and that was gonna be the end of the movie. That's how I already imagined the end. And then it was all playing out exactly how I thought that was gonna be. Or I was just like, oh yep, there it is. See, Tooth Fairy just ran through the window and blah blah blah, and this kid's about to get freaked out. And then it was the mom. And then I was just like,
yeah,
okay, that was pretty cool. Okay, you totally knew where I was going, and you thought you made me think that's where you were going, and then you showed me that's not where you were going. And then I was even like, you know what? There's still a chance they're gonna get me. There's still a chance that, do the fake out. Oh, it's the mom, and then the mom walks away, and then and the Tooth Fairy pops up. And that didn't ever happen. So I was actually more happy that it didn't happen. Because it was just like the final joke. And it didn't linger too long afterwards. It was just like, it was just me, honey, blah, blah, blah. And then mom leaves and then ending of the movie happened. It wasn't like a long linger or nothing. It was just like, oh shit, okay. There's not even time to really react to the fact that you think it still might happen. So I thought that was pretty cool. I like how it ended and how that scene ended. And then rock and roll, natural, early 2000s rock and roll. for a song that didn't pertain anything like that whatsoever. Or for a movie.
Did y'all notice that the guy from Insidious was the asshole at the bar?
The asshole at the bar, the guy who beats
the
up
big dude
Kyle.
that he fights. Yeah, that's the guy from Insidious. He's one of the ones that work with the lady, the main lady, the two investigators. Yeah, he's the bigger one. Yeah, he's the asshole at the bar. And then he died. And I was like, damn. I was like, I actually like your character in Insidious, but in this movie you're a real big asshole and you're making me mad. Leave Kyle alone, okay? He's scared of the dark. There's nothing wrong with that.
I wouldn't say I didn't like that scene, but it was just such a cliche scene. The asshole who gets killed by the monster who's following the other guy, and it's just like it was such a cliche scene to see.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
I wonder how did Kyle like live on? Like, I mean, I know there was like everyone blamed him for it, but like how the hell he lived right his whole life, just having people think that he killed his mother, even though like on his neck he had like own like scratch on his neck also, whatever, the same marking that his mother had.
His mom was fighting back, bro.
So that scene that happened like whenever she's like there's nothing there. I was like, oh, the scene where the Tooth Fairy attacks her. I was like, oh, this kind of reminded me of that scene in the Nun, where the nun just goes like walking to the side, grabs the other person. Not really, but I mean, kind of.
I've never seen the Nun either.
Oh, spoiler! It's not that good.
It's what?
What?
It's not that good. What do you mean? I'm just kidding.
It's decent, but it's not the best out of the Conjuring series.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, is it part of the same series?
Yeah.
The Conjuring verse.
Yeah.
The Conjuring verse.
The Conjuring verse.
What is it? Kind of a spinoff, I guess, off the Conjuring.
Yeah. It kind of explains. It leads all the way back to the first Conjuring film, right?
What? Oh, yeah, the
first Conjuring film. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Without giving any spoilers to find this. Yes.
One movie that doesn't connect to them but is in somewhat of the same verse is La Llorona, but it doesn't really connect to
La Llorona.
Yeah, I remember when all these movies are coming out. I had a friend that I worked with, and she was just obsessed with all horror movies, and she'd go to every theater, and she was obsessed with The Conjuring, and well, I wouldn't say obsessed, but she really liked The Conjuring and stuff. So any movie that came out, she's like, "Oh my God, Annabelle! You remember the doll? Blah blah blah. Yeah, they're making a movie. It's going in theaters. I'm gonna go watch it." And then went and watched it. And it was all right. Oh my God, the Nun! Blah 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 blah. I'm gonna go watch it.
People just go around talking like that. Blah, 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 blah.
That's how
the world gets filtered through my ears.
Do you have a swollen tongue or something?
Might want to get that checked out. That was it for favorite scenes, right? And
least favorite scenes.
Least favorite scenes. I mean, least favorite character. I mean, I would say my least favorite character would be the nerdy guy who was salty that Caitlin didn't give any of the guys from the whole town a chance, as she wanted to wait for Kyle.
Yeah,
and he mentions it in that car ride. He's like, oh, okay, so now you want to say something when your lives are in danger, or whatever. Say no one's gonna get Caitlin.
He was
yeah.
He was a little bitch. That's what it was.
Little bitch syndrome. Yeah, what is this story?
Blessed you.
Yeah, Caitlin's faithful like that, huh?
I
get you a Caitlin.
I need to get me a Caitlin. I tried. She ended up getting married. to another guy. The ending song, I guess, was probably one of my least favorites. It just didn't seem to make sense.
The
Like,
ending?
why was it there? It made me laugh also, so I don't know if I hated it more than I hated it. Yeah, I did hate it. You know, like I said, there's like cliches in this movie that I thought, you know, the whole asshole for really no reason to be an asshole, and then he gets killed, cliche.
He gets locked up like how many times?
Twice? Three
Twice.
times?
So we got you out. Now we can take you back in.
And then the girl, you know, I mean, I would say it's more of a plot hole / didn't like, but it was like, you know, the girl reads the book about the Tooth Fairy, and you know, it gets to like the ending of the chapter where it's like, how do you kill the Tooth Fairy? Which basically it's like the brightest light will kill the Tooth Fairy. And none of that gets passed on to anybody. You know, nobody, even she's like clueless. She's just like, I don't know how to kill the Tooth Fairy either still. And then the guy still kind of ends up doing it in the end, and it's just like, did you really even have to show us that? Like, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. But really, I'm just nitpicking. I mean, overall, like I said, it was an alright movie. I don't know if I have anything that really, really bothered me.
Yeah, I would agree on that. Like the fact that it was just like little cliches here and there, but I don't think there was anything that I was kind of like, I think watching this film as it was, there was never one of those moments where I was kind of like the eye roll moment where you're just like, of course, you know, like, oh, how convenient, or oh, you know, or you know, I never had one of those moments in this film. It was just kind of things that I may have been like, oh, okay, I see it, oh yeah, but I never had like one of those, oh wow, you know, yes, of course the monster survives, because that makes sense, you know, like things like that. But I don't think I ever had that with this film. It was just more of a, oh, okay,
yeah,
or
same.
you know, like that was a big cliche here or there, but I think all in all, it was pretty good.
Pretty good. Well, man, we're gonna jump right slogans,
What was your least
slogans.
favorite thing?
Oh, actually, the movie of it. Straight up. Now,
Straight up.
I don't know. I can't really pick out a thing. It's just more of the cliche, like of how police don't believe crap you say, whatever. Try to convince them all you want. It's like, oh, shut up.
I mean, it is pretty outlandish, but still.
I don't know. I just different scenes. It wasn't like oh, how this is shot, whatever. It's just it's like, oh, they're being assholes to Kyle, and that's what upset me. It got me mad.
Yeah,
I disliked it. But no, yeah, can't really think of an actual, you know, scene for criticism. But slogans. Slow gains. You know, I get these gains, but they're real slow.
Damn,
I got a bunch
that?
of friends named Logan, but they're slow, so they're slogans.
Damn.
So what's the original slogan? Because I don't got IMDb up.
Oh shit.
Kind of IMDb up.
Hold on, I had my IMDb open.
IMDb. I am the bad guy.
Oh, I have it. Let's see. It's far away from my. Oh, it's just Evil Rises.
Evil rises. Darkness falls.
Evil Rises.
Oh, you know what's so crazy? I never noticed her ugly ass face on the cover.
Yeah. They gave away the reveal right in the beginning.
Oh, the what on the cover of the DVD, whatever. The spoiler.
Yeah, DVD cover straight up said, "Hey, this is her without
This is
her
what
now."
this is what she looks like.
And I said,
Yeah.
"Well, this is what she looks like."
They even kind of gave a spoiler that the lighthouse was where she died.
Wait, is that on the cover too?
It's just a lighthouse that's really big and bright.
Well, I would say the marketing technique for this film was awful. Just gave away the entire film before people saw it. Not a good idea.
Please watch.
Please watch
This
Darkness
is
Falls.
Please watch.
Sony
Evil
and
Rise.
Columbia
Is it Evil
Pictures.
Rise or Darkness Falls? What's this movie called?
Darkness.
Darkness
kidding.
Falls, but Evil Rises.
Evil
Oh,
Rises.
okay, wait, what?
Darkness
Evil
Falls.
rises when darkness falls. There you
Heat
go.
rises, coolness falls. Science,
Um,
bro.
Do you like
Darkness
beef
Falls.
You don't want this heat.
Damn, you
Because
don't
it
want the heat, bro.
rises.
You don't want the heat. You don't want the heat, bro. You don't want the heat.
When the fairy
want the
tales
heat.
comes dark. The dark
What would be a slogan?
Okay, so we're doing a slogan. Darkness
yes,
Falls.
that's what we're doing.
Darkness Falls.
Slogan Paul.
Slogan Paul.
Don't peek.
Um,
Darkness Falls. Don't peek. Darkness Falls.
Stay in the light.
Stay in the light. That's pretty
Stay
good.
in the light. Darkness
Stay in the
Falls.
light. Stay in the light.
Stay in the light.
Stay in the light.
Did you just the Bee Gees?
No lie. That's actually a pretty good slogan. Stay in the light.
Darkness Falls. Stay in the light. Yeah.
It is,
was-
right?
Yeah, no, it's the good
Because
one.
it is
That's
like-
the one.
It's like the biggest piece of information. Stay in the light.
Or Stay in the Live, the actual name of the song. Stay alive.
Staying alive. Staying alive.
Oh, I think a slogan should have been what they said in the movie. What she took before in kindness, she will take forever in revenge.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Remember, it says that like when it's giving her a little story.
In the very beginning,
that
yeah.
She says what I took in kindness, I will take forever in revenge.
Yes.
Yeah, that could have been the slogan right there.
That
on
was
the
that was
poster.
sexy, Manuel.
Manuel.
Yeah. So if y'all want to watch Darkness Falls, I'm actually remaking the film. It's gonna be a lot darker. And a lot creepier.
Like- There's gonna be
Not creepier.
way more black people because there was none in this entire movie.
The Easter Bunny's gonna make a cameo. Santa Claus will appear too, and you know, like, oh my gosh, yes,
there goes the podcast.
There goes the
There goes the
podcast.
podcast.
We're canceled, damn it. Fuentes!
can't be canceled if you're trying to
Create diversity.
shine the light on
I'm
everyone.
I'm
Yes,
trying.
he is, exactly.
I'm
You are
trying to
creating
show-
diversity.
I'm trying to show there
Yeah.
wasn't very much diversity, and there should have been.
Yeah, you're right. And there should be.
Exactly. There should be.
There was some
should
great
be
actors.
applauding this man.
There's a lot of great actors
I
that
mean,
are of the black African. Like, I mean, you could have brought in Samuel Jackson. That guy's it's like almost a horror icon, kind of. Not really. No.
dude, what if Samuel Jackson was the main character? Like, there's a motherfucking tooth fairy in this motherfucking jailhouse. Can you stay in the motherfucking light, please?
Shoot the bitch with the flashlight, motherfucker.
All
I'm
right, Mason.
tired of these goddamn
Mace Windu.
flashlights in this goddamn cell.
Yeah, man. It definitely needed more.
Samuel Jackson for sure.
Definitely.
Shit.
You know she waited around for you, right? Caitlyn just waited around just for you. She didn't give any. You motherfucking right, she did.
So okay, we're transitioning to how we would have ended it.
I would have played Samuel Jackson.
How we would have changed the whole movie.
Began it.
How we recasted.
How we would have recast it. That's a great like YouTube video thing. Do they already do that? They have to have done that. If not, that's a golden idea. How they would have recasted and just us acting out different types of characters playing different types of movies.
So the next phase of this is how we would have ended it.
Yes. How we would have ended it.
I would say, I think I would change the ending up a bit, only because I feel like them randomly. Did they ever explain why they randomly go to the lighthouse, or does he just feel like that's the source of the most light in the town?
Well, I think it's because they had it had a gas powered generator, which I don't know if they thought the Tooth Fairy could manipulate energy somehow. But I guess they thought that he couldn't manipulate gas, and the lighthouse is fueled by gas and will stay on for weeks. And so, I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do a week later after the gas ran out. But
I mean, to me, I feel like the final battle should have been like
the final battle, like I said,
where they burned her, where she was burned, where they killed her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or where they found, or she could have attacked the lineage of the two kids that they found unharmed. Think about that. You remember they found two kids unharmed that the townspeople assumed she took them, and then after they killed her, 2 days later or a day later, those kids resurfaced unharmed. Like, it would have been cool if her revenge was to come back to attack the lineage of the families of those two kids, So like maybe a grandson or like a granddaughter or like somebody in the lineage of those kids' families that she was after, to wreak vengeance on. You know what I'm saying? And like the final battle could have taken place like where they killed her or where they found the kids, like we need to kill her off. The only way to kill her is to go to where they found those kids to remind her that, like we know that she was wronged. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And like even then, like when she stops being vengeful and like kind of like, okay, like thank y'all for understanding me. Like in every horror movie, she's still gonna be a bitch and try to kill them. So then that's when they're like, yo, fuck you. Boom, They just shined a shitload of flashlights. Because that's what bothered me. Kyle has all these flashlights. Constantly bags of flashlights, and they don't get used that much in the film. So like I would definitely put that to the test. You get what I'm saying? Like at the end, that officer just pulls up when they're about to get killed by her, and he has like those flashlights strapped to his truck or whatever. And it's like
flash on machine guns.
And then like yeah. He just like kills her. I mean, I feel like something along the line. I feel like they could have driven this storyline from what happened to her, and again, I think the reason I like Darkness Falls is because it does remind me of the story of Dead Silence. Same thing. Mary Shaw, they she was blamed again for shit that was going on in the town, comes back to wreak havoc. Same thing with Darkness Falls, blamed for something that she didn't do after she was just being kind to the kids, comes back to wreak havoc. You know what I'm saying? So I guess something along the lines of like changing around like that, I would do that.
Can I borrow your homework to change it up that bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Not to make it seem like I changed it.
Change a few words so we all get.
Change a few words.
We all get good grades.
It's all that meme. I think they should just go like, they defeat the Tooth Fairy with like everyone just has like their lighters in the air and they start singing that song by Eminem, Bruno Mars.
For you and me,
or like while they're doing that, they had like freaking Katy Perry and fireworks and all that.
Damn.
Kim
Somehow
Jong.
you're gonna get lights all over the place.
I wanna be in
the light.
Because you are in the light.
DC Talk's gonna enter.
Whenever
it's a medley.
Whenever we announced that you weren't gonna be on the podcast anymore, I remember telling Nick that we're gonna miss Manny singing, and so I'm glad that you're singing.
Oh, I saved my vocal cords As soon as Nick said, "Hey, would you like to come back to record Darkness Falls?" I was like, I shut my vocal cords off. So I've been writing everything on paper ever since. On
This is
paper.
the first time I'm talking like a week.
Yeah, man. This is actually the longest I've talked since Nick told me that. And like, getting a little lightheaded. It's a lot of my vocal cords.
I find it crazy how you're doing like the try not to. Pretty sure you jam a lot of music like every single day. So you're doing the try not to sing challenge.
Yeah, I was
So,
doing
how?
trying not to sing challenge. I was just like,
Mm.
I mean,
Gotta wait for the
first time I spoke
podcast.
today,
Gotta wait for the
I coughed up
podcast.
some blood because I had been
Yes.
holding in everything I was listening.
I appreciate your sacrifice, man.
So
You
that
sound
final blast,
beautiful, like usual.
that final blast to the Tooth Fairy, I would use the Batman signal. So stupid. So she's gonna take by the bat
I
signal,
just thought of that.
the Batman signal,
Yeah.
but yet like when she dies from that, freaking Batman's gonna show up and it's like, oh, where's who alerted me? Like, and it's like, where's that bitch right there? But your light already killed her, so we don't need you anymore, Batman.
Oh, he's
What
like,
happened?
"Tell me."
What
Well,
happened?
She kills us when we're in the dark.
So I bleed.
I am darkness, and then jumps off.
Martha. Why you say that name? I don't know.
And
I
then
don't have.
he says he says he's darkness, and then jumps off the lighthouse and he falls.
I am the night.
Darkness falls.
The Dark Knight.
That's how I would have ended it.
I had no actual ending.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry for the viewers trying to they want like a legit serious answer, and I'm just kind of the.
Honestly, I like the ending, and yeah, it was okay.
So we create
I mean,
the
It
segment
was okay
for.
for what it was. Yeah, I mean, you're not always gonna get serious endings. It's just how we would have ended it, man.
So I would have ended it. I mean, like I could write like comic books about this. But that was how we would have ended it, and it is going to Mr. Fuentes' favorite segment of the show. So, who was the hottest? I don't know if Manny wants to participate in this because he's
You know
off
who-
the market.
This one out?
He's,
Yeah.
Hmm?
You know who?
So, yeah.
You know who was the hottest? It was that one nurse that popped out randomly for and she was only in the movie for like a minute and a half before the fucking Tooth Fairy.
I think they credited her on IMDb, bro. I don't even.
She gets
understand why.
credited too, for sure.
Yeah.
I noticed she was credited, and then because I did a quick glance of the cast and everything before I started this, and I saw that she was credited, and I was like, she was only in the movie for like a minute and a half. Why the fuck is she even credited? But
putting
then
that
I
work.
saw her, and I was like, oh, she gets credit.
Well
She
worth.
gets she gets
the amount.
extra credit.
I thought you were just gonna go straight forward and say the Tooth Fairy was the hottest one.
Yeah, she was definitely at the end when they pointed that.
Her face was on fire.
face,
This girl is on fire.
Fire!
That
This is why we don't sing it, Manny. This is why we leave that to you.
Sorry.
So the hottest. I also can't remember the damn nurse's face now. I gotta search it up. What was her name again?
I think it's
Who?
right on IMDb. Hold on.
IMDb.
It is on IMDb. Let me see. Sorry,
what
I'll
were
get
you
a
at?
close up of my magnificent beard. Actually, my beard's gonna take over the rest of my podcast.
Is it?
Oh,
is
it's,
it
Nurse Lauren?
Oh yeah.
Kesty Morrissey. Oh yeah, definitely. As an Australian film and television actress, she played Natalie in TV series Satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
And then you go your appearances on Underbelly and Wilfred. But that could be the UK version of, or what is it? Australian version of Wilfred, not the one with Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
I was just like, if I didn't remember, if I didn't see the nurse, then yeah, By
I mean,
default, it would have been the main actress.
Yeah, I mean,
Kayla.
there's really no one else.
Mm.
Yeah. I personally think she was the hottest.
Okay, so
partially is because it's the nurse outfit.
I have this thing where I mean, me and Fuentes can continue this on, like we can play along with this segment. Who was the hottest? But I'm given the option. So like if Franco or Manny ever decide to jump in at different times, this segment could initially just change to who was the overall best actor of the movie. Who was the one that convinced you?
That kid was the best actor. Everyone else sucked. And only because the kid gets a handicap for being a kid.
The kid. Which one? There's like different kids in the beginning more.
Oh yeah, I forgot the beginning. Yeah,
there's Kyle kid, Caitlin
Yeah.
kid, and then there's a brother kid.
What was the name of the little brother?
Michael
Myers.
I gotta figure out what he's credited as on the IMDb. Oh, okay, Lee Cormie, Michael.
Yes.
I know this kid has been in multiple horror movies. Wasn't he also on The Ring?
I think he has
Oh,
a
no,
face
what?
that looked at.
The one
I
about the
thought he might
telephone?
No, he wasn't, but he looks like the same kid from The Ring. Wow.
doppelganger.
Yeah.
I
Could have been
mean,
brothers.
they all look the same.
I think I'm not even gonna lie. I liked what's it called's character a lot. Kyle.
Kyle?
For some reason, I liked it. I liked the actor. I haven't seen him in anything since, but I mean,
there's a
rest in
reason.
peace, bro. But
He went there.
yeah, he did. He's just he's on fire today, guys.
He's on fire.
He's not stopping.
This boy
is on
Sorry, guys.
Mm-mm.
I joke in the most humblest way possible.
Humblest.
So
I mean, throw my vote into that too. I thought that the actor who played Kyle was probably the overall best actor.
yeah, he was good. I agree.
And I believe that's the end of the segments.
I do find that really shitty, to be honest. Just like, most horror movies, there really isn't that great of acting half the time. It just isn't. And, the only real ones that I can think off the top of my head that I thought were really good actors in the movie that they were playing in, which to me, what is it, the hotel one?
John
Room
Cusack.
8?
Yeah,
What?
with John Cusack.
Yeah.
Fortune Right.
Yeah, Room
'cause-
1408.
It's because that's
John
Samuel
Cusack
Jackson.
and Samuel L. Jackson both, did a great job in that movie.
Yeah.
Being actors. And I'm not even 100% sure. I mean, I guess it is a horror movie, but I don't even know if I really consider it a horror movie. Kind of consider it more of a drama with horror effects, but I don't know. That's just me.
A jar.
But they did a really good job in that movie. But most horror movies, like Dead Silence, Darkness Falls, anything pretty much that you watch, everyone's kind of a crappy actor. I wouldn't say crappy, but they're mediocre-ish.
How dare you? Donnie Wahlberg was magnificent.
Who?
Donnie Wahlberg. And Dead Silence.
Yeah, I mean, he was all right.
No, he was alright with that.
No, you're right. He did a good job. I just, there's never really, just to me personally, it's just me, great actors in horror movies. They're just,
Jack Nicholson was a great actor in horror movie.
yes, that was a great actor, but
Patrick Wilson's a great a good actor.
Patrick Wilson, yes. He was a great actor. And then even to go back to Jack Nicholson, because I'm sure you're referring to The Shining, the woman was like the worst actor I've ever seen in my life in that movie.
She had
So,
the best and the worst.
Yeah, you're right. I'm pretty sure if I watched The Conjuring, I'm sure they did a pretty good job of acting in that movie. Just because I know Patrick. God, I always get his last name. Wilson.
Wilson.
Okay, it is Wilson.
Speaking of Patrick Wilson, my youth pastor was in California not too long ago. My youth pastor, I say that as a coworker of mine. He was my youth pastor years ago. This coworker of mine was in California not too long ago, and I forgot it was. He was like there for a retreat or something, and he said while they were driving, they kind of drove near like one of the studio places there, and he said that this car pulls up next to them while they're at a stoplight, and it's Patrick Wilson. He's like, yeah, dude, like straight up just driving himself to work, like he was driving to the set, whatever set it was, but he said it was like straight up Patrick Wilson. I was like, I would have been fangirling.
Oh my God, Patrick!
And that's exactly I stuck my chest.
Oh, Billy. Cable guy.
Can you imagine, like, you fangirling, like, this thing, and then, like, there's just this normal Patrick Wilson just listening to the radio, turn around, just sees this belly and fucking nipples all over this window, and he's just like, what the fuck, fucking guys? Like, oh, that's just great. What segment are we on anymore?
We're not. Well, we ended the segment.
On.
We're kind of at the point where this is the closure part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think anything else anyone else wants to add? I'm trying to see which one.
About the movie.
I think. Let me see. There were a couple of parts that, you know, for plot hole type of things that got me. One, you know, there was a point in time where the Tooth Fairy was attacking Kyle in the woods with fucking cockblock guy who was driving. And you know, Kyle was worried about Michael going into the sleep deprivation thing, which was an MRI, by the way. It was not a sleep deprivation or a deprivation chamber of any sense or sort.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, no, that's an MRI. Pretty sure.
But like, MRI. You know, I'm like, okay, so wait, this Tooth Fairy is actively chasing you. So I mean, can't you just distract it so it doesn't go kill the kid? Are there multiple Tooth Fairies? Can the Tooth Fairy travel through darkness? How does the Tooth Fairy move? Period.
How does it move? Flies?
Is basically like, if the Tooth Fairy is chasing you, why are you worried about this kid? And then, if this Tooth Fairy is always chasing you every single night of your life, when is it even getting teeth? Ever.
Makes little detours, like I gotta make a stop right here real quick. I'll get you real soon.
Also, like, around that mid part, whenever like the guy at the bar gets killed and then Cockblock gets killed a little bit later, it was almost like the Tooth Fairy was purposely like throwing its face in front of people just so it can have an excuse to kill them. And it's like, I'm gonna purposely let you see, so I can have an excuse to kill you. And then at the whole police station, it's like almost half these people didn't even see the Tooth Fairy, but Tooth Fairy was just walking around killing people. And it's like, stay on the line! Don't get in the dark. And it's just like, dude, they have nothing to worry about. They're only after you because you saw this hoe. Like, they're not after them. Why do you care if they're in the light or not? Because the Tooth Fairy is not supposed to just randomly be killing people. Only people that sees her face. So, yeah. Anyway.
And that's kind of crazy, right? Don't you think? Like, when you think about it, like, she can just take your tooth and leave, but if you see her, that's when she's like, yo, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, you saw me. You know? Like, and that's what it was. Like, she's only after the people that have seen her. And then she just starts revealing herself to everybody, which was kind of fucked up. And I hate the fact that, like, he tells you called him the cock block, but he tells him, like, don't look at her. And he still looks at her. I'm like, come on, man. Come on.
You use reverse psychology on him.
I know he's the cock block. I need to get him gone out of my life. It's gonna block my cock.
Lucky
no,
cocks.
Look at her.
No, man, I can't look. You're telling me to.
Look at her.
But yeah, I mean, to me, those are plot holes, and they're kind of lame. Because and even to your extent of what you're saying, you know, he's telling them, don't look at her. and then everyone else in the police station gets killed, and he's telling everyone stay out of the darkness. And it's just like, well, which one is it, bro? Do they die because they're going into the darkness, or are they dying because they're looking at her? You got to pick one, man. Like, which one is it? Do people just die when she's around, or do people die because they looked at her?
Mhm.
You gotta help me out. Oh, should we worry about the patients? No, they're only after us because we've seen her face. Anyway, plot holes. Just
Plot
throwing it
holes.
out there.
Dark holes.
Darkness falls. But yeah, I mean, I think that's that covers it for me.
That covers. Yeah, it covers the movie. Thanks. Thanks for the people that tuned in or just viewed the live stream, or if you're just in and out, in and out. Not like the restaurant. No, not that. Or tuning in audio. Like I said again, sorry, rest in peace for the headphone listeners for that one part. Thank you just for tuning in. Before I start shouting myself out some more, give a shout out to the Cinnamon Movie Podcast. I believe the recent pod was about Moneyball, I believe. Or what was it?
They've been
Brad
doing
Pitt?
like a Brad Pitt series.
Brad
They did.
Pitt.
They've been doing. I think they did 12 guys. The 12 guys. Benjamin Button, Moneyball, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Fight Club.
I know the last time they did the review for Trek was it Trek's 20th.
There was one that they're supposed to be reviewing recently, and I think it's Swiss Army Man, or the Swiss Army Man, the one with Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, A24 films.
Yeah, and I've never. I don't think it's out yet, right? It's not out until next week or something like that. The review for it, but I'm really interested in what they had to say about that movie, so I'm gonna definitely be checking that one out.
Yeah. You can follow me at NickH2313 on Twitter. My Insta, my new second account is the bad guy 2313. Kind of stopped posting for right now. Trying to find some stuff I can post up, but you'll see some of my horror collections if you're into that.
You've been doing the videos with Franco recently, right? A day, I don't remember exactly what you call it, but whenever you're winning stuffed animals and stuff.
Oh, the Bad Guy Chronicles.
The Bad Guy Chronicles. Yeah.
I don't know. Franco tried to come up with the name. I was like, might as well just call it the Bad Guy Chronicles Claw, like just
Claw Nichols, yeah.
Pun.
That's pretty
fun. The Bad Guy Chronicles.
Puns are never stupid. Don't you ever say that again?
I'm gonna say it again. They're stupid.
Yeah.
I said it because I'm the bad guy.
You're such a terrible guy.
I'm terrible. Guy.
Yeah, and I do. I want to thank everyone that listens. That keeps listening to us. It keeps keeps us going. Like I said, this is something I really do enjoy doing, and I'm glad I get to do it with Nick, and today I get to do it with Manny. And thank you, Manny, for jumping on. It makes it feel back to normal. I can't wait to have us all back together as one. And I don't want to sound sentimental and I'm not pressuring you. I understand you got things going on in your life, but it'd be nice to get all four of us back on again sometime soon. I think, yeah, I really enjoy it. And like I said, thank you guys for listening. So I'm Mr. Fuentes. I do rap music. Y'all can check me out on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you listen to music, period. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as at Mr. Fuentes 361. YouTube, Absolute Kings, YouTube, Mr. Fuentes. You'll find clips and stuff, me live concert. Check it out. Let me know what y'all think. And I think last but not least, of course, is my man Manny Fresh.
Oh yes. Thanks again, guys, for having me on the podcast. This is a lot of fun. As soon as I get some things rearranged in my life, I would love to be back for some future episodes, and then hopefully on a reoccurring schedule. Y'all have been holding down the fort, which means the world, because this was a podcast that was started in 2019, and we never really knew where it would go. But we're so glad to see that, the bad guy and Mr. Fuentes are the ones carrying the mantle. It means the world to us. I'm just excited for y'all. I'm happy for y'all at the same time. Before I even shout myself out, to anybody who does listen, any listener of this podcast, it does mean the world to us. Even if I'm on the sidelines cheering Nick and Mr. Fuentes on, it's always great to know that the content you're putting out is being viewed or watched or even listened to. So continue to like and subscribe. On top of that, continue to like and subscribe to the Friday the 14th podcast, the page on Facebook as well, the YouTube channel. And another shout out goes out to the Cinnamon Movie Podcast. If you want to hear a podcast about movies just in general, outside of the horror genre, they got you covered with a variety of films. They've been a great sponsor of this podcast, and we're doing the same for them in return. Definitely check out Mr. Fuentes' music and the bad guy Nick H's new Instagram account. That man be posting a lot of his collection and the stuff that he has, which is super cool. And if y'all want to follow me, again, at MannyFresh18 on Instagram and at Prodigal116 on Twitter. You can even follow me on TikTok. Thank God they unbanned me. So follow me on TikTok at MannyFresh. I post content there as well. And once again, thank y'all for letting me jump back on this podcast. It was a lot of fun. If y'all have not seen Darkness Falls, thanks to the Mandela Effect, it now exists again.
The Mandela Effect.
And you should definitely go watch it when you get the chance, unless you're squeamish or scared of burn victims. Then maybe not. But if you're looking for a movie to watch, okay, put it down, Nick. I'm scared, Nick.
Is that your hands holding it up, Nick?
Sure. Yeah, sure with the hands. But yeah.
Put it down.
Thank y'all for having me back on the podcast. It was a lot of fun.
It's always a pleasure, Mr. Fresh.
And thank y'all to the listeners. Y'all support means the world to us.
Yep.
Well, I just want to say, I know we already said subscribe to the channel. We're at 93 subscribers. Try to get us to 100 subscribers. 7 away.
Let's go.
Or 7 away from 100.
Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. Thanks for watching. Rare folks, always been the bad guy.
Peace.
Later, guys.